this one coming. The Dallas Mavericks are expected to fire Nico Harrison on Tuesday morning. We are recording Tuesday morning. Just keep that in mind as you listen to this. Dallas is in the midst of a disappointing 3-8 season. They've lost 5 of their last 6, dimming, of course, the championship expectations that Harrison set. So how about this? Because I found this to be interesting and wild. As the majority stake shareholder, in June of 21, Mark Cuban hired Harrison to replace longtime general manager Donnie Nelson. The Mavericks went 182 and 157, reached the playoffs 3 times during Harrison's tenure, including 2 Western Conference Finals and an NBA Finals appearance in those 4 short years. Thoughts, questions, comments, concern? Rich, I see your face. We'll start with you.
I think obviously the trade, like that's the trade. But if you look at really what he built prior to that trade, right? Bringing in Kyrie, being a model citizen, model teammate. If you look at what he did up into that trade, he was doing a great job. Obviously, the trade didn't go the way he wanted it or how the entire basketball universe thought it would go. That's how it went. And so this is part of it. When people are at the top, sometimes you try and find excuses for them because we know the buck stops at the top. He's at the top. The buck stops with him. He is the highest ranking person in that organization that can be fired. Think about that. And the owners can't be fired. He is the highest ranking person that can be fired. So that means that the buck stops with him. And so when I see that, you're like, hey, that if you take these risks, it's your name on the line. And that's part of the things that you got to somewhat respect in this space is that he knew he was going to get some heat, probably didn't know it was going to go this way. But ultimately, this is when you win, everyone loves you. When you lose, everyone hates you.
Fair. Perk?
Go ahead, Shannon.
My thing is like you're firing him because of a lack of culture, right? Which I understand, but you're also firing him because guys are hurt. Like AD's hurt, didn't come into the season prepared. Kyrie's hurt, didn't come into, obviously can't play. Like they're the worst shooting team in the NBA. Nico Harrison can't make, and I'm not saying, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. So like, yes, the trade is the one thing, but the idea of this team, and we said this before the season, if this team is healthy, we're like, what is this
People
team?
have them top in the Western Conference.
Top in the Western Conference. So obviously he must have done something on paper right. And then as all things happen in the league, guys get hurt, things are happening. They are atrocious at shooting the basketball. No matter how decently good you might be, if you can't score the basketball, you can't be playing in transition. Right? The best teams in the NBA are usually really good offensive teams because they score the basketball a certain way and then they set their defense. So anyways, back to Nico, it's like, listen, he could have, I know there must have been a million GMs, have a million crazy ideas. He had to put that idea to trade Luka on his owner's desk and say, hey, let's do this. And that owner said, okay.
Yeah.
Right? Nico can't don't got carte blanche to trade somebody like that, right? That's crazy. Now, all of a sudden, and that's why I posted, none of you guys have seen the show, The Penguin. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you what happens. But man, it's like Nico had this idea. Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe it's not. We don't know what they knew in the back about his health or, Luka's health or his weight or whatever was going on back there. Obviously, he looks fine this year. And then this happens. And then now you're like, these guys are hurt. So now I'm going to get rid of Nico, even though he's done everything that has been required. And also, my question is, and I'm not saying in this situation, when is the right time to move on from a superstar? You know what I'm saying? Think about like the Damian
Not when they're
Lillards.
26.
I know that, Richard. I know that. But what I'm saying is, if you knew that there was something, maybe a health issue or a health scare, when do you move on? When is the right time to move on from that person? And that's kind of my question.
Here we go. Big Perk. Get it.
Here we go.
Perk, you fired up.
This trade, this was all Nico. This was all Nico. So, it was speculations out there. Did it come from the top? Did the top have to approve it? No. When the new ownership group came in place, they had full trust in Nico to make the decisions because, as Richard alluded to, Think about what he's built over the past couple of years, getting Kyrie to buy in, stuff like that, right? Okay, cool. But when you trade an international superstar, your room for error, you have none. You have none. Now, I get it. It was a lot of bad luck, right? You got Kyrie who tore his ACL, Anthony Davis, he came in a training camp out of shape, and I would like to apologize to AD right now because I was very critical of him coming in out of shape in the training camp, but that the surgery that he had dealing with his eye, he was told for 8 weeks that he couldn't do absolutely nothing. So he couldn't do anything. He couldn't do now that still don't take account that he should have been dieting and doing, doing what he needed to do for his eating habits, not to gain that weight, but he couldn't do any basketball activities, right? He wasn't able to do activities until he actually got until a week before training camp. Okay, cool. You have bad luck. You don't have the personnel. Along with outside of that, Klay Thompson is bringing some more noise to the organization, right? He's with Megan Thee Stallion living his best life. You sign Klay. He's not fucking producing. It's almost like this. It's an example like this. It's almost like Granny finding out that Perk, you fucking up in school. You fucking up in school. I done found out you got bad grades. On top of that, I go to your school. I go to your school and find out you ain't even been going to school. You've been skipping school. On top of that, I found out you've been smoking weed. On top of that, I found out you intercepted the letter that was sent home, so I couldn't get it. You don't have to. This is an example. It was so much so, guess what Granny gonna say? Motherfucker Perk, you gotta go. You gotta get up out of my house. This is what's happening with Nico. And look, Luka will be forever tied to the Dallas Mavericks. You don't think the Dallas Mavericks are watching Luka Doncic every single night? You don't think what Dirk Nowitzki said on Prime the other night about he feels sorry for the Dallas fan base, a fucking legend who got a statue outside of that damn arena played a part in that? Dirk being at the Lakers game, watching Luka play his relationship with, man, all that come and play. And Mark Cuban, our friend, he ain't helping it either. Because he's been on multiple podcasts saying how dumb.
Including this one,
how dumb it was. So again, do I think Nico deserved more time? Absolutely, right? We would love to see this. We would love to see this team healthy, but they're not. And Luka and the Lakers are winning. This guy's leading the league in scoring. And so they're seeing that, and they're saying, you got to go. You got to go. It's too much heat.
My question here you got it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Allie.
Is what's the trickle-down effect here? So now, obviously, this wouldn't be the only move. I'm curious to think that or believe that this is an opportunity to kind of reevaluate everything. And when you don't have a healthy roster already, does this go down to the roster now? Will there be further moves and changes and trades?
Yeah, but this is my thing. You don't judge teams, and we've said it about everything. Now, again, I don't know the culture in there. I do know Nico. He's always been a very good dude from his time at Nike. I know J Kidd. I know how competitive he is. We know Kyrie's not healthy. An older Klay is maybe is not the same player he once was. He's still effective because you can't leave him open. Right? You can't leave them open. So when you look at their roster and some of the injuries, we're like, oh, the first 10 games, Luka's leading the league in scoring. Well, he's done that before. Oh, the first 10 games, the Lakers are 8-2 and we're 3-7. It's like there's 72 more games to go. So my thing is, you should at least be able to, whether we agree with it or not, we should be able to watch a full season. If you go a full season and Kyrie comes back healthy. Clay gets his legs underneath him. AD gets in shape. Cooper Flag becomes the Cooper Flag that we know, right? When you do that, to me, that is one of those spaces where you're like, okay, now we can judge them at game 82 and on. Because the trade happened at the deadline. So you go from the deadline to the start of the season. Now, what has happened from the deadline to the start of the season? You got the number 1 pick. That's what happened. From the trade deadline to the start of the season, you added the number 1 pick to this roster. Now all the eye surgery, injury, like, give them 82. In my opinion, that's the one thing that I would say is that you end of the season, okay, cool. They ended up tanking a little bit so that they can put themselves in the best draft lottery position, same that they did to get Derek Lively. Now they get the number 1 pick. Why not give them 82 games? Because that's the true test. Now we could say the trade is still going to be the trade after 82. Give them 82.
Dallas fans are going to love you for that, Rich.
but RJ, I agree.
I'll be in Dallas next week.
I agree with you, but you're talking about a new owner who still wet behind the ears. A seasoned owner would have said, you know what? I understand. I would have gave a seasoned owner like Mark Cuban would have told Nico to go F himself if he would have bought in and said he was trading Luka Doncic. Okay, cool. This is the problem. This is the problem that I have, which dives into another conversation. Now, I get it. It's a different situation. He traded away an international superstar. Nico, he gets fired. But you got Lawrence Frank.
Damn.
Now, real talk. You got Lawrence Frank over here with the Clippers, who keep getting chance after chance after chance after chance. And they are 3-7 right now. They're 3-7. They're the oldest team.
Also dealing with some other stuff, though. You know, like it's a little shaky in Clipper land right now.
They are the oldest team, not only in the league, but one of the oldest teams on paper in the NBA history. You traded away Norman Powell. Norman Powell is averaging 25 points over 6 games for the Miami Heat. Bradley Beal is doing what he's been doing for the last 3 years. And Steve Ballmer keep giving him rope. That's the thing I be talking about, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. What? What's wrong?
No, nothing. I was saying, but you said what Bradley Beal is doing, and I was like,
yeah, doing the same shit. So to Richard's point, like I'm agreeing with him, and I'm saying it's like certain situations, certain people just get, more. But I just think because of who Luka is and how much it stands out, and he's playing for the Lakers, it just pokes out like a sore thumb.
All right, well, it's going to be a fun one to follow as things continue to develop. But that is the breaking news, hot off the press, and we jumped right in.